Before we move on to the official ceremony at 4:30, I would like to introduce two very special pre-ceremony performances by your very own peers. It is my pleasure to introduce our first performer, Ms. Darlene Jaya Sentosa, on stage. Darlene will perform a classical music piece called Liebesstrom No. 3 by Franz Liszt. Please welcome Darlene. wonderful performance. Thank you, Darlene. Our next performer is Mr. Chiu Soon Adam, who will perform a pop musical piece entitled Onion by a band called Mayday. Please welcome Adam on stage. Another marvelous performance. Thank you, Adam. Ladies and gentlemen, the official ceremony will start shortly at 4:30. We ask you to respect this momentous occasion by remaining in your seat throughout the ceremony when the certificates are being presented on stage. Please also put your mobile phones on silence. In case of emergency, exit doors are located next to the stage left staircase and at the back of the plenary. Thank you. I would like to apologize for the slight delay. So the academic procession will begin now. Would you please stand up?
Please be seated. Good afternoon. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to all students, staff, official guests, family and friends to this valedictory ceremony for the graduates of the 2018 August Main and October Fast Track intakes of Trinity College. A special welcome to those parents and family and friends who could not join us in person today but are watching this ceremony via video link at a later date. As is customary at the beginning of official ceremonies at Trinity, I would like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people who are the traditional custodians of this land. I would also like to pay respect to the elders, both past and present, of the Kulin Nation, and extend that respect to any Indigenous Australians who may be present today. Much of what I have to say today is to you, the students of Trinity College who are graduating today. However, it would be remiss of me not to acknowledge the role that your parents have played in helping to get you to this point today. So to those family members who've travelled far to be here today and those who are watching, thank you for delivering us the amazing young people who sit in front of me here today, ready and prepared to engage in the academic program that we have delivered. Thank you for being brave enough to let your most precious resource, your son or daughter, travel overseas to engage in a truly international education. And thank you for entrusting Trinity to be your partner in the quest to make your child's educational dreams come true. Now to the students. I'm still relatively new to Trinity, having joined the school in January of this year. Like all of you graduating here today, I'm at a stage of new beginnings within my life, and like you, I find myself excited about what the future will bring. Each of you, I hope, will be experiencing mixed feelings at the present, with a touch of sadness about moving beyond the gates of Trinity and the friendships that you have made here, but also excited about the university journey that you will soon begin. Make sure you remember that Trinity will always be a place where you're welcome. I encourage you to sign up to our alumni contact list, Trinity Connect, as you'll find that the Alumni Association provides you with a range of opportunities to catch up with friends and mentors, teachers, meet new people from other cohorts from the past, and also found out about a range of opportunities within the university and Australia more broadly. Many of our Pathway School alumni come back to help with student presentations, valedictories like sessions like today, after-hours activities in the Gateway, buddy programs, music concerts, and some even become Young Leaders Program mentors. I know that some of you came through that program before your foundation studies. There are always ways that you can remain involved in Trinity. As you move from Trinity into your chosen degree program, you'll make another transition, but one we hope that's been made easier by the experiences you've had with us. We know that the Foundation Studies program you've engaged in is a challenging one, and it often takes you outside your comfort zone. I've seen this in some of the amazing drama performances that you've given this year. As an academic staff, we're confident that the breadth of subjects that you've studied in a manner very similar to that which you'll encounter at the university will hold you in good stead as you strive for success moving forward. Now, for anyone speaking at a valedictory ceremony, it's customary to offer some pieces of advice. So here are my 3 key pieces of advice as you move forward into your tertiary institutions. Number 1, make sure that you participate in University Orientation Week activities. Most of you already know the campus well, you know how to get around, you know it inside out. But if you participate in those activities and join some different clubs, it will really help to ease your transition into life at university. I know that in the time that I spent at university, some of the best friends I made and some of the best experiences I had was when I took myself outside my comfort zone and tried some things that I'd never thought of before. So it really helps you understand what motivates and drives people as well. Piece of advice 2. Just as you've engaged with your teachers and the student wellbeing staff, the academic and administration staff here at Trinity, learn to use the support services that are available to you at the university. From a wellbeing perspective, the Student Union offers a range of services that can enrich your experience. If you need advice about the best ways to access support within the university, please do not hesitate to come back to us here at Trinity and ask for the help of your teachers or the staff here. We will always point you in the right direction. You should also get acquainted with the range of libraries that are available within the university and those wonderful people who work within them. Librarians have helped so many people through their university degrees, and in libraries, in my experience, it's a different place to study. It's somewhere where it takes you out of your own room, it takes you out of your own context, and just being around all of those other people that are studying, it can help you to focus on all things academic. And number 3, it's all about finding a balance. You will have to study hard. While you'll no doubt experience long nights of study, intermittent pressure to complete assignments and then examinations, your university years are also the greatest years of your life. They're the ones where you have a degree of freedom to just be you. Once you move into the world of work and family, you'll find increasingly focusing on the needs of others. So for the next few years, focus on developing yourself into the type of person that you really want to be, forming friendships lifelong. So congratulations to all of you, not only for managing but thriving within the Foundation program. Congratulations for making that transition from living with your family, where many of life's necessities were done for you, to living in another country where you've had to take responsibility for the mechanics of daily life. Congratulations on making the cultural transformations necessary to make your way in a new and foreign country. And most of all, congratulations for embracing the broad liberal education program offered at Trinity, in the process changing the way that you view education. From all of the staff here at Trinity, we wish you every success in the next chapter of your education, and we hope to see you at Trinity as your journey continues. The idea of transition provides a perfect segue into the next part of our ceremony. At each valedictory celebration, we invite a guest speaker to talk to the graduates. Today's speaker is Zoe McKenzie. Zoe is Principal of Trade and Investment Advisory, which is a firm that advises Australian and international entities on their market expansion into Australia or into one of Australia's current future free trade agreement partner countries. Prior to this role, Zoe was Chief of Staff to Andrew Robb, who was the former Trade and Investment Minister, where she worked on the China, Japan, South Korea and Singaporean trade deals, as well as the Trans-Pacific Partnership and lead-in work for future FTAs with Europe and Indonesia. She's also held policy development roles in education, the arts and the law. As someone who spent her professional life fully engaged in international relations and as an alumna of Trinity College, we thought that she would be the perfect candidate to speak to you today. Please join me in welcoming Zoe to the lectern.
I am excited. I'm excited to be here with you, the graduating students, and I'm excited to be here with your parents who celebrate and share your achievements today. I'm excited to be here and thank you and your families for what you have done, for what you are doing, and where you are going to from here. I'm very excited about the contribution you are all making to Australia, to our soul as a vibrant, curious, diverse and talented nation. I'm excited about the generation of dexterous and driven global citizens that you are all forming part of. In recent weeks, I had the joy of walking around your home away from home, the beautiful Trinity College Gateway building, and learning about the plans for a remarkable, modern and exciting second Trinity College campus down on Elizabeth Street. I have learned a little bit about your time at Trinity College and the things you have been here and the things you have studied. And I must say, I am burning with envy. When I heard about the courses you take through this foundation transition period, things like literature, drama, and the history of ideas, among others, I have envied very much the time you have spent here exploring, reflecting, learning and building friendships, all the while growing accustomed to the patterns and expectations of university life and at the setting of Trinity College, which is one of the most kind, most inspiring, most cherished and comforting education communities anywhere in Australia. Like you, I spent some time at Trinity College, where I was a resident during my first few years at the University of Melbourne. That was a long time before they invented the Melbourne model, and I had come from a highly structured and facilitated framework in secondary schooling, and I struggled to find my feet in the self-starting environment of law school. University was a far more demanding academic environment than school had been. It required us to devise our own discipline and our own planning for our studies. And in the delicious discovery of all the fun of young adult life, exams were kind of immediately upon us, and all of a sudden, the answers weren't just about what was right and wrong, but it was far more important how you reasoned to get to those answers. I have looked at the study program you have just completed, and I wish so much it had been an option for all of us a quarter of a century ago. I salute your parents for the wisdom, foresight, and generosity they have given you to allow you to partake in this program. As it will for you, Trinity College facilitated my passage through university into Australian society and into a globally oriented career. I admit that I don't remember too much of the case law I studied at law school, but that degree did give me skills that I use every day, and many of those skills you have already started to acquire through your foundation studies. The skills of reasoning, argument and debate. It taught me to look at a position from all sides, to understand, adopt or counter the views of others. I also studied languages at university. Growing up in the 70s and 80s, well before most of our graduates today were even born, the only languages you could learn at an Australian school were French or German or Spanish. It would still be some time before Australia truly embraced the blessing of its location here in the middle of the Indo-Pacific and the importance of languages for our future like Indonesian, Mandarin, Hindi and Japanese. But for years and years through school and then university, I persisted with my old continent languages. I wasn't sure they would be useful, but I knew they brought me joy, and they required me to read widely, and they taught me another way of thinking and a very different way of thinking and seeing the world. Today, in my business roles and the senior government roles I've held in Victoria and in Canberra, I use those languages every day. My self-doubt in learning languages was thrown out the window forever when I found myself at a G20 meeting in Istanbul a few years ago, conversing comfortably with China's then Minister for Commerce in fluent French. At the time, as Richard said, I was Chief of Staff to Australia's Trade Minister, Andrew Robb, and we'd just finished the China-Australia Free Trade Agreement. Until then, all conversations between the Chinese side and the Australian side had been through the sometimes clumsy and delayed conversations of translators. But that day in Istanbul, I caught sight of Minister Gao off in the corner, and he was talking to someone. And I watched him carefully, and I watched his mouth, and I thought, that doesn't look like Mandarin. It doesn't look like English. I think he's speaking French. So I quickly Googled him, and sure enough, he had done all of his undergraduate study in France. I didn't know China. He didn't know Australia very well. But in French, we had an enormous amount in common. Your university study will do this for you. It will open you up to conversations you never thought you would have. I'm not here today, of course, to advocate for studies in the French faculty, but I am advocating for you to study the things you love, as well as the things you think will be useful to your career, because in this ever-changing world, you can never be sure which is which. The joyful might become useful, and if you're lucky and inventive, the useful might become joyful. And so as you embark on your university life, take heed of the other greatest joy and contribution to your future. That is the person sitting next to you, or perhaps the person in front of you, or perhaps the person sitting behind you. Like you on the lawns of Trinity College, I made dear, dear friends, people to whom I turn now for advice, laughter, and excellent company 30 years later. There is an unspoken code of mutual support that comes with this place, Trinity College. And now when a Trinity friend rings me and asks for something, the answer is always yes, however many decades may have passed since we studied together. That loyalty also transcends generations. In recent years, I have loved helping young Trinity students get their first jobs. When Scott Charles rings to ask you to mentor someone in public life, in trade or a diplomatic career, the answer is always yes. Scotty was my senior student when I studied here 30 years ago, and once he's your senior student, he's always your senior student, I say. So I hope you will continue to enjoy this community of Trinity College and the code of care and support which comes with it. And do remember, when Scotty calls, the answer is always yes. I am excited for your future. From here, you will go on to university and be one step closer to your professional destiny. In years to come, as you complete your degrees, your mind will be filled with facts and figures and theorem and history and analysis and data. But it is not necessarily the what you will learn at university that will carry you through life, but the why and the how. University gave me courage, independence, curiosity, and wonderful, crazy, lifelong friends. And I wish that and more for all of you. Congratulations on your achievement.
Our sincere thanks to Zoe for those words. It's some very good life lessons for you there. If you can use your university experience to have as much success as Zoe has had, you'll be doing very, very well in life. We now move to the formal part of our ceremony, where each student will be presented with a certificate attesting that they have successfully completed their Trinity College Foundation program. Please welcome Dr. Justin Tai and Dr. Cheng Tan, who will announce the names of each graduate.
Before we begin the presentation of certificates, we ask that guests withhold their applause until all students have been presented with the certificate. Thank you. We begin with Maha Kurupu Mudalegi Don Druvi Leonard De Silva.
Hasti Aduli.
Louis Anwing.
Sheila Mariana Atanti.
Chai Ming Hong.
Javia Budiman.
Chai Xing Yi.
Cao Iwen.
Chan Wen Hei.
Chan Hao Lung.
Chan Yi Lun.
Chadmus Cleosa Deva Chandraputra.
Chen Jia Hao.
Chen Jialing.
Chen Ri Lian.
Chen Yao.
Chen Yi.
Chen Yunbing.
Chen Yi Xing.
Qiu Shun.
Chiang Ching Wen.
Cho Yun Qian.
Chiu Yi Che.
Chong Jo En.
Chong Gerald Shao Chiu.
Nazim Ashnas Chowdhury.
Shun Henry Chu Ho.
Chuang Jielin.
Remisa Mubasara Chowdhury.
Sharon Valencia Citro.
Chuang Chi Qing.
Dai Xiaoning.
Gabriel Alfredo Cortex.
Dao Ti Quin Trang.
Dang Ngo Ang.
Du Tua Min.
Kobe Brian Dias.
Duong Tui Phuong.
Duong Tam Bing.
Fang Ziyao.
Muhammad Rafi Atila Tsutama.
Gan Jiahui.
Faisal Ines Aisha Binti.
Gao Zhixin.
Fern Yi Xuan,
Go Michelle Yan Duyen,
Gao Yuan Wei,
Guan Ao,
Asa Uwi Islam Ghani,
Guang Yifan,
Gu Lan,
Guo Yangshu,
Guan Tianyi,
Guo Yujie,
Anthony Gunawan,
Celine Ivlena Halim,
Guo Fen Wei,
He Yunzhe,
Guo Yi,
Alan Herlini,
Elvin Eka Halim,
Siren Eveline Hiendra,
Michelle Halim,
Ho Min Quin T,
He Xiao San,
Huang Ti Hong Nok,
Regina Hendras Puchiri,
Xie Yun Ha,
Janice Priscilla Hemawan,
Xu Xue Qi,
Ho Inai,
Hu Haozhen,
Ho Ziwei Charmaine,
Hu Yili,
Jamila Mai Hombre,
Huang Chuya,
Suzu Wei,
Huang Sun Chuang Yu,
Hu Yiming,
Huang Zhiqing,
Huang Menyuan,
Hui Yan,
Huang Ninger,
Yong Wai Si,
Huang Xiaoyi,
Jiang Tianlu,
Huynh Veng An,
Vittorio Darren Jasanto,
Noriko Inoi,
Kimia Kayani,
Abbas Kat,
Chiquita Kelly,
Kevin Leonardo Catilli,
Kim Junhui,
Kerzerfen,
Kwok Joshua Francis.
Ku Su Jun,
Lai Yen Lung.
Aditya Puaka Kointoro,
Lauren Laurencia.
Kwa Li Ti,
Le Huang Min Chao.
Devya Rachma Kuniawan,
Le Vu Huang.
Lai Lin Si,
Li Shi Hong.
Lai Zi Kwang,
Keith Randall Leonardo.
Li Joan Ming Tri,
Li Chen Yu.
Li Quang Tri,
Li Mo Xuan.
Li Mei Jing,
Liang Bin.
Li Sem,
Liang Zhiyi.
Li Pui Lam,
Shana Renee Go Lim.
Li Bo Yen,
Lin Jin Xuan.
Li Ka Kit,
Lin Lorong.
Li Qing,
Lin Yu Ying.
Li Su Ting,
Liu Bin Bin.
Lien Wan Bing,
Liu Xu Yang.
Liang Bing Xin,
Liu Zheng.
Lim Sarah Wee En,
Jeremy Lokman.
Lim Yik Xiang,
Lu Nok Tran.
Lin Jun Qian,
Mika Gabriel Lumban Bantu.
Lin Tai Xiang,
Muzaki bin Masuki.
Liu Chuan Fen,
Miao Deyu.
Liu Tao Yen,
Mohammed Fadzil Suleiman.
Louis Brendan Lik Xiang,
Nur Elisha Mohammed Kalzani.
Luo Jiao Mi Dai,
Mu Jingxuan.
Nora Orela Mojudin,
Mohammed Haflan Aziz.
Mega Siraj Putri Sofina Azura,
Raymond Maliawan.
Coco Milenia.
Knin Nadi.
Yuki Miyauchi.
Saskia Kat Nadilla. Kyle Chikara Nakamura. Nadia Nathania. Nei Hutu Ong. Ng Yi Ming Antonio. Nguyen Cao Huang Yan. Nguyen Dang Khan. Nguyen Min Huang. Nguyen Trong Huang Nam. Nguyen Tue Dong Quan. Nie Zihang. Angelina Oij. Sheikh Hassan Albana Oy. Kotone Otama. Tiffany Olivia. Ouyang Zizhen. Pang Kai. Francesco Naraja Prasatya. Evan Valencia Carissa Putri.
That concludes the presentation of certificates. We ask you to join us in congratulating all our graduating students.
Thank you. Each valedictory ceremony also has a valedictorian. A valedictorian is a student who speaks on behalf of his or her cohort, reflecting upon the time of the graduating group has spent within the college. To be a valedictorian is a prestigious role, hence it attracts the best and brightest of students. Today's August Main valedictorian has most definitely made the best of her time at Trinity. She's a bright young woman going on to study commerce at the University of Melbourne and has ambitions to run a successful company of her own one day. Please welcome Dora Nuddy to the lectern.
Good evening and welcome, honoured guests, staff, students of August Main and October Fast Track, and their friends and family. I am Dora, or Ninity, and I'll just like to take a few minutes to reflect on the experience we've had this year. As cliched as it sounds, it seems like yesterday that we arrived in Australia, clueless to the new environment we found ourselves in, anxious, confused, and stressed. But look at us now. Look how far we've come. We now know what dodgy means. I remember the first time I read Shakespeare. Doth? Thou? What? But now I'm confident enough to say, I am extremely honored to be able to speak at the Valedictory. How far I've come indeed. Shout out to Robin. All jokes aside, in less than a year, we managed to improve ourselves and gather countless skills, not just for university, but for the rest of our lives. Each assignment, although challenging, was where we were able to move past our limits and grow. We learned to think critically in Hoi. We learned to be confident with expressing ourselves in drama. And in EAP, we learned how to write essays, give presentations, and citing and referencing. Now, it would take me hours to list all the lessons we learned and the opportunities Trinity offered us. And I'm sure all of you would agree that the level of growth we reached, both as individuals and as students, is astounding. And for that, we have no one else to thank than our teachers who, with utmost patience and sincerity, helped us through our 10 months, or 8 for October Fast Track. Of course, the Trinity experience has been made successful as well as enjoyable, not just by the remarkable team of staff and teachers, but all the friends we made along the way. Do you guys remember the first days of orientation where we met all these wonderful new people from such diverse backgrounds, forgetting them all, and then having to pretend to remember later on? I joke, of course. But I bet we never imagined that some of these people would end up being our lifelong friends. Now, I've had enough chances to exhibit different sides of myself during the 10 months I've been here. Jay laughed when he caught me talking to myself. Stephen helped me win an argument on the anatomy of an octopus. Rita thinks I'm part alien, and I'll definitely miss hearing her say, "Dora, just what the hell goes on up there?" My point is, I am an oddball, but it is amazing how you've made me feel welcomed, supported, and cared for at Trinity. And I'm pretty sure all of you can relate to this. What matters the most isn't the goal, but the journey. And the Trinity College Foundation course was a wonderful one. Friends, we've come to the end of our journey at Trinity, and it's time for us to say goodbye. For about 2 months, because we'll probably see each other again at university. I would like to remind you all that this is the end of a chapter, but also the beginning of a new one. We've made our fair share of mistakes and experienced failure, but please do not let that discourage you. And it's probably not the best idea to say this as a representative, but your grades are not everything. No matter what you manage to score in your exams, remember that you are you, and you are excellent. Whatever you do from now on, give it your all, and do not let anything limit you from reaching your potential. Don't try to surpass someone, try to surpass yourself, and become a better person than you were the day before. Before I finish up, I would like to once again give my most sincere thanks to all the teachers and staff members on behalf of all the students of August Main and October Fast Track. It is a privilege to be here and to get to know all of you. We will no doubt cherish this experience. I would like to conclude by saying congratulations to all and best wishes for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Dora. Some very sage words from a very young person. We now move on to presenting the certificates for our October Fast Track students.
Addition names, please read them as one. Please.
Once again, before we begin the presentation of the certificates, we ask that guests withhold their applause until all students have been presented with the certificate. Thank you. We begin with Chu Ji.
Qin Qi Ruo.
Ani Rekha.
Kwek Carissa Rui Xin.
Sophie Ron.
Kayla Jeanette Rusley.
Purita Saen Chai.
Sander Keen Ong.
Ayumu Sakurai.
Alexa Nufatima Satrio.
Mai Sames Shima.
Shi Chun Yu.
Annabelle Devi Saraswati.
Brian Sinatra.
So Ying Shan.
Sung Han Chao.
Darlene Jaja Sentosa.
Sun Ran.
Shen Yi Chen.
Vivian Netta Soyana.
Yuro Shirai.
Yuno Suzuki.
Rupa Sui Jing.
Tan An Meng.
Cheryl Christy Soe Wa Winata.
Tan Zi Yang.
Song Mingen.
Tracelyn Victoria Tajono.
San Wen Xuan.
Citiset Tien Thongdi.
The next one.
Tran Quang An.
Maria Marisha Susantio.
Honoka Tsunoda.
Shi Li Jing.
Gredia Valencia.
Tan Yong Shen.
Christine Lin von Frieseleben.
Patrice Teddy.
Vu Quang Hung.
Jason Sebastian Tata.
Wang Peijia.
Tran Yuan Tihan.
Wang Rui Tong.
Hans Derek Sai.
Wang Tianyu.
Chaita Ramesh Ovasta.
Wang Yan Tao.
Rajeswari Venkatesh.
Cheryl Samantha Wijaya.
Vu Yuan Traman.
Arletta Celestine Witaria.
Wang Fei Fan.
Wu Yu,
Wan Ren Kai,
Xia Zhikang,
Wang Wan Ting,
Xu Tianle,
Wang Yazi,
Xu Xiaoyu,
Wang Yixing,
Yang Chendong,
Wang Zhaolan,
Yang Runyu,
Wen Yang Hen,
Yang Yawen,
Hans Wijaya,
Yang Ziteng,
Sylvie Renata William,
Yap Lian,
Wong Xingying,
Yu Hao,
Xia Yuan Xing,
Yu Taifang Zhou,
Yang Jingjun,
Yuan Wei,
Yang Weilin,
Yun Yonghui,
Yang Yizhi,
Zhang Ke,
Yang Zixiang,
Zhang Zhaoyang,
Ngao Tek San Ye,
Zhao Shipian,
Yuan Wanru,
Zhu Jinxi,
Yuan Ye,
Jerry John Taray II,
Zheng Zitang,
Niem An Khan,
Zhang Zhisong,
Gabby Leonita Arifin,
Zhu Anqi,
Do Min An,
Zhu Yu Tao,
Qian Hang,
Zhuo Qianchen,
Franciscus William Sadik,
He Miao,
Alana Salsibila,
Leohard Satria Arinanto,
Seng Fern Satham,
Fiona Finela Boy Diso Silo,
Wint Hua Xian,
Vincent Berwin Castellanos,
Maria Cecilia Jessica Utomo,
Chen Zong Yuan,
Clara Venetia,
Kiona Fabrian,
Melinda Astari Wijaya,
Feline Phoenicia,
Ye Xiang,
Cheryl Gunawan,
Yip An E,
Nadia Hadono,
Jang Boya,
Tun Endra Kao,
Zhang Longfei,
Huan Ziye,
Joe Sharon Vanessa,
Victoria Darrow Jucento,
Zhang Zhechen,
Michael Alexander Kayono,
Teresiana Zulkifli,
Angelina Kuniawan,
Yan Xiaoyu,
Ashley Natasha Lukman,
Sally Sugiyawato,
Ojes Misra,
Nguyen Phong Nguyen,
Lee Jin Yi,
Luong T. Lin,
Tan An Chi, Bai Si Swan, Lee Dani, Wang Shen Hao, Jinu Sadip Patel, That concludes the presentation of certificates. We ask you to join us in congratulating all our graduating students.
Our second valedictorian for the day is from the October Fast Track cohort. And like Dora, she is a highly ambitious young woman who will also move on to study commerce and finance at the University of Melbourne. And like Dora, would one day love to found and run a business of her own. Please join me in welcoming Angel Oeji to speak to us.
Good evening, teachers, guests, and fellow October Fast Track and August Main friends. It is truly such an honor for me to be standing here to deliver the speech on behalf of my graduating intake of October Fast Track 2019. Firstly, I want to thank God and the people around me who have been supporting me since day one. I want to thank the teachers for not giving up on us and for providing all the help we need. And I want to thank the friends here who I've soon considered to be family, for the friendship and the memories. These past 8 months have been truly wonderful and have certainly flown by in a blink of an eye. I cannot thank this loving community enough, as looking back, I've made a lot of mistakes, and yet through the love and support, was able to learn from them. I was able to grow as a person and achieve things I never thought I would be able to achieve, such as being able to stand here in front of all of you. When I first came to Trinity College for study, it was actually my first time in Melbourne. I had no idea what to expect from the people, the culture, and was really intimidated with the idea that I was going to be far from home, living away from my family and friends, which I'm sure a lot of you here can relate to. I remember coming to orientation day, feeling scared, yet excited for the things to come, to meet the people I was going to be spending the next 8 months with, and of course, receiving the iPads. Although the first few months in Melbourne have been quite difficult, with encountering my first set of essays, exams, and of course, feeling really homesick, I'm thankful for being able to go through it with the loving students of October Fast Track, who I believe to be an odd yet wonderful group of people. All 45 of us are unique in our own ways, and I'm glad that we were able to get along with each other, no matter what gender, nationality, or race each of us are from. We were able to enjoy drama performances together, accomplish group projects, and it's sad to think that after all that we've gone through and the memories we've made, we're shortly going to part ways. I'm grateful for my time here, as I've realized that there's so much more to college than just doing assignments and exams. It was also about having fun, exploring Melbourne with your friends, and surrounding yourselves with wonderful people. I will really miss being able to spend time together with you guys in the common room, and even simple things like going to lectures and tutorials together. I will miss being able to fight for seats with you guys in Union House just so that we're able to sit in one table, to get free hot chocolate from the dining hall together, and to be able to see the faces that I've gotten so used to every day. I'm thankful for the memories and the lessons that I've learned here, as I truly believe that each and every one of our experience in Trinity is just a preparation for greater things to come. As soon enough, we would be encountering another chapter of our lives, the university life, where more opportunities to greater things would be given, and with newer experiences that would shape us to be the best person we are able to be. With that in mind, I encourage each and every one of you to go and grow through whatever challenges that are going to come, to bloom wherever you're planted and be a blessing to everyone around you, to do our best in everything and to be the best individual we can be, not because we want to be better than others, but because each of us are filled with our own purpose. Once again, a big congratulations to everyone. This is not a goodbye, and I look forward to seeing you guys in university. Thank you.
Thank you, Angel. It constantly amazes me, the quality of our valedictorians and how poised they are speaking after just 1 year in the country. Now, before we hear from our Deputy Warden, we have one final student speaker for you. Sophie Ron joined 18 months ago as part of the March Extended program and then transitioned into the August Extended program in 2018. Sophie hails from Cambodia and was the inaugural recipient of a fully funded scholarship, which came about through a partnership between Trinity College, the University of Melbourne, the Cambodian Children's Fund, and the generosity of the Cripps family. Like our two other speakers today, Sophie also has a dream to run her own business and then contribute back to the Cambodian Children's Fund through volunteering and donating. She's going to speak to us today about her Trinity experience and what it meant to her. Please join me in giving Sophie a very warm round of applause as she approaches the lectern.
Good evening, teachers, friends, families, and guests. My name is Sophie Ron, and I'm from Cambodia. It's my pleasure to stand up here and guiding you through my life journey here as a scholarship student. But I would like to stress that I'm not a very good student. And before talking to you about anything, I would like to take this opportunity to thanks to Amy Cripps and families for their generosity on providing me a scholarship to come over here, as well as Scott's Child, Alison Hamsley, Judith Brittany, Ben Maywire, Mano Guy, and their teams for being actively supportive and caring towards me. This means a lot to me. Thank you very much. Coming here has been an absolutely life-changing for me. 10 years ago, I was a little clueless girl who helped support her family by picking up rubbish on a filthy garbage dump for money every day. I worked 7 days a week and from early morning until dark. At my workplace, I found food, fruits that people threw away, and then I made those as my breakfast and lunch, with flies roaming around, wanting to share some. And you have no idea how tasty that was, and I mean it. I had to squeeze in a small hut made out of 10 with 8 of us at night. Yeah, I have a big family, 8 members. The mosquito was happy as well because they could easily suck my blood. However, I never had the chance to call that hut my home because I always get chased out by the landowner because we couldn't pay the rent. So I had to keep moving, but never too far because the garbage area was where I could find and earn money. I never knew what school was like. Never knew what was English is. I never knew that school could be so beautiful. All I knew was to compete with my bigger sister to earn more so my father could be proud of me. I never knew that making friends and having someone to talk to when things goes wrong could be so wonderful. I never knew what normal people dress like because I only have one dress the whole time and just a little bit of holes here and there and smelly, that's it. But I love that shirt. I wore it like every day. Anyways, a man known as Scott Neeson, who owns an organization called Cambodian Children's Fund, brought me under his care and provided me with all I could ever want for myself. Thank you very much, Scott, from Melbourne. And Trinity has brought me here under a scholarship program and made me the person I am today. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be able to speak English, live in the real world, experience real things, make friends, and be very confident. I would be back in my country, either getting married or die of disease. So I would like you all to be a part of the community by supporting our Young Leaders Program, Scholarship for International Students. Regardless of the amount, it means you are saving a life of underprivileged students like me, and this would mean a lot to me and every one of them. Your donation could be given to Andreas outside the auditorium. And thank you very much for your precious time with me, and I wish everyone all the best. Hope to see you in the future. Thank you.
Just need a minute to gather myself after that, Sophie. So good afternoon, or actually it's probably more like good evening now, isn't it? It's been a long afternoon, but a very rewarding afternoon. I'm Scott Charles. I'm the Deputy Warden of Trinity College, and I'm really honoured to be here speaking to close out the afternoon/evening with you tonight. Undertaking study in another country is a remarkable achievement, so a huge congratulations to all of you today. Well done. Give yourselves a clap. You are now alumni of this esteemed and almost 150-year-old college. and you automatically join our Trinity College Alumni Network, which has over 27,500 people in over 50 countries around the world now. Seated amongst you are all the students who will be the industry leaders of tomorrow, the future leaders, the thinkers, the entrepreneurs, the business people, who will be out there making the world a far better place for us when we go forward. You students will, like the 27,000 before you, make significant contributions in arts, politics, business, law, medicine, and you will actually improve the world we live in. The pen that you've been handed today when you walked in, a white pen, promotes on it My Trinity Connect, which is our global platform which encourages and allows us to keep all of our alumni together. On that pen is a website which gives you or website address which gives you all the details you require to remain connected to this wonderful network. So I urge you all to stay connected, to get on that website and stay connected to your Trinity alumni. Because by doing that, you'll be made aware of reunions, job opportunities, mentors, and sessions that we run in the college to advance your careers. This My Trinity Connect platform has been running just since February of last year, and we've got about 164 people jobs through that network, so it's well worth staying connected on. This graduation marks an important milestone on your journey to university, and is a moment where you should reflect and take great pride in what you achieved. It is also a time to thank people. And two groups in particular I'd like us to pay attention to tonight and thank tonight are the teachers of this wonderful program and your parents and guardians. The teachers of this program are exceptional people. They're incredibly skilled at what they do, but more than that, they're incredibly passionate. They want you to make a difference in the world, and they put time in so that you can actually all make a difference in the world. We're blessed to have them at Trinity College, and you are blessed to have them to have taught you. And your parents and guardians, please just take a few minutes now, this afternoon, this evening, and reflect on what your parents and guardians have done for you and the sacrifices they've made to ensure that you could be here this evening. They've poured lots and lots of love into you, and I think it would be well worth remembering that. A short time ago, we heard from Sophie. We heard about the impact, the incredible impact that this scholarship and this program has had on her life. Every year, Trinity College offers over $3 million worth of scholarships to students to come and study at Trinity and experience our world-class education and residential programs. These scholarships are made possible by generous people with big hearts. And you can see the impact that it's had on someone like Sophie. If you'd like to support the students like Sophie, then please consider making a gift. The details of how you can do this are explained in the brochure that is part of your program. And my team of colleagues are out the back, and they can actually explain this further to you and help you if you actually consider doing something like that, and helping the students like Sophie, who can then go on and make a wonderful impact on the world. Thanks this evening to all our student speakers. You are all wonderful. And like you, Richard, it's amazing the poise you have at such a young age to be able to stand up in front of as many people and deliver speeches like you all delivered today. So please give yourselves a round of applause. And we're also lucky, very lucky, to hear from our guest speaker, Zoe McKenzie. Zoe is another example of an amazing Trinity alumni. She rose to the top of a legal firm in record time, and for the last 20 years has been advising some of the most senior politicians in Australia, including premiers and prime ministers. Zoe, thank you so much for your address this evening. I have a gift for you, but we'll give it to you later. Okay, so a huge congratulations to you all. What a wonderful achievement. You should feel very proud. And we actually have a special award.
Thank you. It is my pleasure to announce the winner of the Alison Werman Award for EDD. This award has been generously gifted by the Werman family in honor of Alison. Alison was the first subject leader for EDD, then known as Geography. She was a passionate educator who was well respected by both staff and students. I sincerely thank the Werman family for their generous support. To be eligible for this award, students must submit an application to a panel outlining their passion for their studies in the area and their commitment to sustainability in the way they conduct their lives and in the work in the community. Firstly, I would like to thank all students who submitted an application. It was not an easy decision to make, and I commend all those who made the applications. The winner of this award for the August main intake is a dedicated student whose passion for sustainability commenced at an early age back in their home country and flourished here at Trinity. These include Clean Up Australia Day, Model United Nations, and charity runs, and the invention of an application to ameliorate basketball whilst reducing basketball-related injuries in their home country. This student's keen interest in sustainability inspired him to install solar panels and promote renewable energy at his family home in Sri Lanka. Congratulations, Dhruvik De Silva. Please come forward to accept your award presented by Scott Charles.
Well done. So that concludes all of the formal proceedings of the evening, but one more massive round of applause for the wonderful performance of all of our graduating students. Now, can I ask that you all please stand while we all the procession processes out. Thank you.